Hello everybody. This is a short video tutorial about how to make your own auto turrets and add them to the game. And together with this, I will be sharing also a small working turret mod with some simple assets that you can use to test, and also a Unity project that you can open or import right away into your Unity, and that you can use as an example or even as a blueprint to make your own turrets. So the first thing you want to do is to open the project file that I also shared, and copy the tag manager file that I include inside your project settings folder inside your Unity project. This is not strictly needed because you can add your own tags manually, but it will save you a lot of time and help you avoid mistakes that would make the torrent to simply not work. Then the next thing we have to do is to import tutorial project. It is not something that you need. You can also follow this tutorial with your own custom turret. This is just something that will help you follow along and that you can use as an example. Project also includes some scripts that you will need to make the turret work. Parent object, and it's very important that the position, the rotation, and the scale is like this. So 0, 0, 0 in position and rotation, and 1, 1 in scale. If you don't have it like this, you might see glitches and issues in game. And the main object is tagged as the block. The layer is the frame collision. And in this case, we have a load group so that different qualities of the turret loads at different distances, that it's something that helps with air performance, game performance. I strongly recommend you to do the same. Generally, 3 load groups are enough. You can add more if you want. The capsule collider, the parent object, requires a capsule collider. It is something that is easy to add. Just add component and then collider. Then you choose the capsule collider here. And you can edit the radius, the size, and everything else, like I showed you here. And also the main parent includes 3 scripts, and these scripts are needed or your turret will not work. 3 scripts required are auto turret controller, entity mesh cache, and update light on all materials. The scripts you can add them in different ways, but the easiest is also add component. And then you look for the name of the script that you should already have. By looking here for the name, then we write turret, and then you can just click and add them. These 2 scripts, entity mesh, cache, and update light on all materials, you don't need to touch anything in them, but the auto turret controller script requires you to add some information also here, so the game knows where to find these things. And again, the easiest way to do this is by drag and drop. We open all the hierarchy in our turret, and this hierarchy is really important that it looks exactly like that. turret cone object containing camera, turret cone 1, and turret laser gun object with the fire controller and the muzzle. The pitch with a lot, with lots for different qualities. The pitch contains both gun and turret cone. Gun contains turret cone. And rotate with the different knots, level of detail. Rotate contains pitch. And then for main parent, that contains everything. So we open every field here. We go to our script that we have already added. We start having important things, the yaw controller, which is a little script, and the pitch controller and the fire controller. Before you do that, we are going to add the scripts into the corresponding objects. Rotate, which requires an auto-turret yaw lerp script. You add it like always with add component. Pitch, which requires the auto-turret pitch lerp script. Fire controller, it requires this, so the script auto-turret fire controller. So add also those three in rotate, pitch, and fire controller, plus the three that we have already added in the main parent. Now it is just a matter of drag and drop yaw controller. We grab the rotate, and we do like that. Drag and drop. I have already added them, but you might have to do it manually when for your own project. Then the pitch controller, like that. Fire controller, we drag and drop the corresponding objects. The laser requires the turret laser, this one out here. The cone, don't be confused, it is not turret cone, it is this turret cone 1. Don't add this one cone material. If it's empty, you can decide what material to use to this cone, which is what you will see when selecting the argue for your turret. You can make it in different colors. I have added one into the tutorial, which is like the default some vanilla turrets also have. Whatever you want to use, you would also just drag and drop, and then you can add a color mask to this, so it looks in game with a different color if you want. This is not required, but if you want, you can do it. Fire controller is another script where you need to add additional information, and you do it in a similar way we have done with the main object here. We need to add the cone reference. Add the cone. Remember, it's not this, it is this one, the small one. Like that. The laser, the same. And muzzle, and muzzle is also another one of those objects that you absolutely need to have exactly like this hierarchy so that I'm showing you. So we will go there to fire controller, and we add the muzzle if it's not already selected, which we're not. If you are making your own turret from scratch, we also need to properly tag some of the different objects. Like I've said before, auto turret main object requires a T-block tag. That is where the tag manager comes in handy, because if you don't have it, then you have to manually add all these tags that we are going to need. Also, layers the collision, like I've showed you before. Here, you say, do you want to add this layer for all the children? No, we don't want that. only for this one. This other do not have anything in particular. Rotate. You don't need to do anything with it, or neither do you with the other objects. Pitch, Matthew, level of details objects. You don't need to do anything with them. Gam, Matthew, but I control Matthew, muscle, Matthew, but here we need to add some specific tags. The turret code itself, the pattern, and it's a tag for no node that you can find if you navigate down. Here it is. If you don't have this, you can add it manually with add tag, and the layer is friendly texture that you can find here. We have to do the same for camera. Turret cone and turret lasers. All these four use the same. When you already have this, the hierarchy looks fine. You have all the tags, you have all the scripts, you have added all the required information. In the scripts, then it is time to export our turret into a file that we can add to our mod. What I usually do is just drag and drop from here to a folder where I want to add and to have my prefab. This is our auto turret. While we want to export it into a file, it is as simple as right click, build Unity 3D asset bundle from selection, and then choose the first option. Else it a full chunk compressed. It says recommended, so yeah, it's kind of easy to guess that this is the right one that you want, and then you will get a pop-up with asking about giving it a name. You want it into the resource folder in your mod folder, 3D file that we have exported. Then inside your configs folder, in your mod folder, you want blocks XML, where you are going to add all the XML needed for the turret to work, locked behind the SKU or not, if it's going to be available on traders or not, wake up time, jump rate, pitch range, the class, which is trade yet, the ammunition type, turn speed, max distance, etc. My suggestion is that you look into the vanilla auto turret XML and use it as a reference for yours. That's it. There's nothing else needed for your auto turret. Auto turret are one of those things that can be a little tricky to make and add, so I really hope that this small tutorial helps you in your adventure to add new turrets. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.